Yo, what's good, what's poppin', what it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Here at the Super Bowl with my dog, Peggy, for another episode of 4th and 1. Peggy, you still here?
Still here. 1, 2, 3. Turn me
Welcome
up.
to 4th and 1. Hey.
Now, welcome.
Now, I'm going to tell you this.
Can I just say something, man, before we start this whole program?
I got to introduce you, though, TD.
No, okay, I can't wait to get it on my chest. But go
It's
ahead.
on the
Let's
chest,
say
huh?
less.
I got something on my
This
mind.
dude-
I got something on my
this
mind
dude-
that I want to talk to you about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This dude
Go ahead,
is
man.
singly responsible for really me wanting to play running back and doing a celebration. Honda salute. Maha salute. You dig what I'm saying?
Woo-wee.
I presented some, introduced the others.
Let me see you do it.
Terrell Davis. The Terrell.
My man. Cav, what's going on?
How we doing? Get it off your chest.
All right,
Get it
so
with your chest.
and my wife can attest to this. I have my company is called 4th and 1.
Get out of here.
My company is called 4th and 1. So my LLC is 4th and 1 LLC.
Okay.
So you need to be sending me a little bit of some loot because you are using my name without my permission.
Okay. You want to know where you're wrong at?
Come on now.
This is
All
4th
the
and
lawyers,
1 with Cam Newton. You dig what
I
I'm saying?
see
So
how
no
it-
loop
okay,
will be
okay,
changed.
all right.
And we already got into it.
I
We gotta go in the pockets, man.
I would call off my dogs.
Come
Call
on,
off all my
please.
names. Hey,
No
my
pun intended
Hey.
to UGA. All that. That's a whole nother discussion.
attorney, stand down. Stand down. Okay.
Please do.
All right, let's go.
But crazy enough, I don't know how much you're going to talk about it, but since you said somebody also have a trademark. too.
Really? 4th and 1?
4th and 1 going for it or whatever the
Whatever
hell. And
it
that
is.
was you guys' kind of take. I respect everybody.
All that says is that you got great style. You got a great, because like to me, it's a mindset.
Yes, sir.
Right? 4th and 1. That's everything's on the line of 4th and
I
1.
gotta
Yeah.
have the situation.
It's a mindset. So that's what I was like, man, what can I name my company? And 4th and 1 was like, dude, this is it. This all the marbles. Like
Yeah.
you can't. There is no tomorrow. There is no
Next
You know,
time.
no next time. Like this could be 4th and 1 for the game. This could be 4th and 1
It's
for a
so
championship.
relatable to life.
Yeah. So I like the fact you got that, man. It's good stuff.
Thank you, bro. Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't the itty bitty little teeny tiny bowl. What is it? It's the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 59. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Big players make big plays, and now you can cash in on every single one of them. Bet touchdowns at DraftKings Sportsbook and take your shot at winning big. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 4th. That's code 4th for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after insurance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Yo, Terrell, within recent news, a Sharp just got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
My dude, Sterling.
Right?
Yeah.
But you played with, as we know her now, Uncle Shay Shay.
Big Unc.
Tell me what it was like in them type of locker rooms with, back in the day, you had obviously Elway, yourself, and a slew of talent that we look at now, y'all the OGs, but the locker room vibe never changes.
No.
What was that like?
So you see Shannon every day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got. And it wasn't just Shannon. We had a guy named Keith Burns.
Yeah.
We had Alfred Williams. We had so many basically comedians on our team. I would show up early just so I can see the comedy act, man. Like it would just, you could not wait to be in that locker room because it would just be, they would be going at you.
Right.
And you can't
Sensitive.
You can't get sensitive. I remember Shannon made me, man, I left my suit. When I was a rookie, you know, I went out, I think I got it from the Men's Warehouse. And I thought I was fly, man. Having that nice little, nice suit.
Was it baggy?
It was just, I mean,
It was definitely
It was
baggy.
definitely baggy. With
Man.
two
No,
buttons.
but Becky back then was in
That
style.
was it. With
Yeah.
5 buttons on
Yeah,
there.
the
It
5
was a
button.
parachute on your leg.
Yeah, it was a 5 button,
MC
4
Hammer.
button. Yeah, but it wasn't that it was baggy. It was just the quality of it, and they can tell it came from the men's warehouse. So we get on the bus, we go on a road trip, and they talked about me so bad on that bus and that plane trip, man. I said, I am not bringing this damn suit home. I left it there.
No, you did not.
Oh, I left that suit. Yeah, I sure did.
Bro, so for me, I always try to have, being in the real world, not to discredit anything, but I call it being a pedestrian now. There's still certain values that I even bring to business that I learned from football.
Yeah.
Right? Good friend, business partner, associate, everything. Omari is his government name, but everybody knows him as Peggy.
Yeah.
And it started off as like, yo, bro, we would always just kick shit with each other. And it's like, bro, Peggy, you small as hell. Boy, if I ever had an opportunity to run your little bit ass over. And then that banter was something that he was like, man, shit, bro, I'll knock your ass out. But that's what the energy is for football players in the locker room. It's like that brotherhood, that stamp of approval is something that you just give and take, and you cannot be sensitive. Yeah. So as we keep talking about who and what you are, as you grace us with your Hall of Fame jacket, are you happy with the market of the running back right now?
Well, I mean, fortunately, it doesn't directly affect me. But if you're saying as a fan of the game, I am. I'm starting to get a little bit more happy about what's about to happen. Yeah. Not what's happened, because the backs are still underpaid. There's no way that Saquon should be making, what is it, $13 million a year?
I think 13 a year. Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, I think what they should have done, and I kept telling people, if you take off positions, because what happens is they're putting players in positions, strip positions off of paying players. Because what happens is Saquon is now in the pool, Saquon, Derrick Henry, and now, you know, James. These backs are starting to be really good, but they're all in one big bucket.
Correct.
And so their value is being dragged down by, and not that it's been performance based, it's been the neglect of GMs to make backs relevant, basically.
Right. But it's, in large part, it's your fault.
How is it my fault?
When were you drafted?
I made no money. I got drafted in 1995. I made no money.
When were you drafted?
6th round.
Right? When was guys like, even Shannon Sharp, when was Shannon Sharp drafted?
7th round.
So when you're saying
what round was Tom Brady drafted in?
He was the last round.
What round was Tom Brady drafted? So wait. But see,
a diamond in the rough can be anywhere.
So that's what happens.
Right.
Is that running backs were being penalized for signing big contracts and getting hurt.
Right.
Only position where if a running back got hurt, people say, "Oh, you shouldn't have paid a running back." Well, receivers tear ACLs, they miss games, they miss seasons, quarterbacks get hurt. But nobody says that that basically hampered the franchise.
Right.
Yeah.
But a running back, even if he doesn't come back to 100%, it's always the one where don't pay running backs. I know plenty of receivers who got hurt, didn't come back to look like receivers. But that did not stop GMs from drafting receivers high and paying receivers a boatload of money.
Right.
So why is it that you trying to say that because you can go get a running back in the 6th round and we had success? I can say that for every position.
It's the wear and tear, though, TD. That's all I'm saying. What I'm asked a receiver to do, if he tears ACL or not, the common question is going to be asked, is he still effective? Is he still fast? When you say what the wear and tear happens for a running back, okay, can he cut?
Yeah.
Can he make decisions? Yeah. Is he shell-shocked for that? Is he hampering his leg, right? Is it his shoulder? So what certain positions are asked to do, quarterbacks, people forget Tom Brady tore his ACL.
I know.
Right? He came back and still was effective. So that didn't necessarily affect him. I had a Lance Frank issue. I had a shoulder issue. And the common question was still.
So, again, allow me to retort.
Talk to me now.
Adrian Peterson tore his ACL and came back and rushed for 2,000 yards.
Yes.
Frank Gore tore both of his knees up. Still was the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL.
Right.
So we can go tat for tat.
Yes, sir.
But everything you have, I have a counter to.
Yes, sir.
So that doesn't explain why they refuse to pay running backs. Right. I think what happened, Cam, is that what they did was the game's changed. The rules for passing became a lot more friendly to pass.
Right.
The league wanted the game to speed up. The run game was it's effective, but I guess people they wanted more excitement.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you ease up on the passing game. You protect the quarterbacks. You allow the game to open up. You then say you can't practice running. How many days of pass can teams play with now?
You can play however many.
No, you can't.
So when did they change that?
No.
When I was playing,
you
can practice every single day.
Well, you can't do that no more.
I did not know that.
What's the number? Do you know the number?
I don't know the number, but they're restricted from a certain amount of days. I mean, their restrictions are you can only have a certain amount of hours a day.
Right.
You can only have a certain amount of padded practices a day.
Sir.
That's been collectively bargained.
Right.
So and the run game is one that you just can't put together.
You can't emulate it.
You can't emulate it.
You can't emulate it. You have
can't
to really
have
go.
Yeah.
You have, and as a running back or as a runner, certain times, even when you knew, like say for instance, you have a power G, right, with your guard pulling. Certain guards, you knew that impact on contact, you knew you can hit it at a time.
Yes, you did. That's what I'm saying.
So, versus other guys, you know you had to be more patient and allow him to clear it up, and then you go. So for those, I can understand as a player to say, yo, you cannot emulate, you cannot try to mimic what a effective running game does, because without it being physical, there is a source, there's a force that is attached to the game of football that no matter what you try to do, it's going to be what it's going to be. But that still doesn't negate the fact that I believe, and we're debating. I love it.
Wait a minute. So who was the back there? Was it what was
Adrian Peterson?
No. In your backfield.
Oh, Jonathan Stewart.
Jonathan Stewart.
C-Mac. You had
C-Mac.
Williams.
Yeah.
Right. So those type of guys versus I don't know who I was talking about the difference in running backs. Right. Saquon is in a league of his own with the Alvin Kamoras or the Jahmyr Gibbs or even really Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon is in the league of their own. What I mean by that is a lot of these running backs always goes from the coach's philosophy is a mismatch. How can we get a different mismatch in that type of realm? All running backs, with the focus on it being a passing game now, most running backs or some running backs cannot catch or effectively run
routes.
True.
That's
now,
true.
With those guys who can run routes, they can't block in protection. So it's like that give and take. Only certain running backs in that position are complete backs. When you look at a guy like Derrick Henry, when you look at a guy like Saquon, what's the difference? I would prefer Saquon over Derrick Henry because he gives you an advantage in the pass game. Now, that's not to say that Derrick Henry cannot catch, but it's just what he's asked to do in his specific
Derrick
system.
Henry is more fitted to be worried to play back when I play.
You dig what I'm saying?
I mean, he can, but well, let me take that back. Derrick Henry can play in any era.
Yeah.
Okay. Saquon can play in any era.
Right.
But you just said what the problem is. These coaches want backs to be in the passing game. So how do you really get an effective runner when you're trying to get half runner, half receiver, half blocker? Now for me, I was decent at catching the ball, but I wasn't great. I wasn't a great runner. I mean,
the game didn't require
you to do that, too.
So that's my point.
Right.
The game so when the game
There
starts
you
to
go.
go back to where teams where OCs, head coaches want to run the ball and they want to invest in running,
Right.
you will see running backs' value go back up, which we're seeing now because you know what's happening? Now these teams are playing against teams where they have a running back on the other side. They're like, wow, our quarterback is a rookie. He is half-baked.
Yes.
He ain't ready.
He needs help.
We got to surround him with a true
Source.
Real weapons,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
So when I look across the landscape, I see a lot of quarterbacks who are just not ready to play.
Right.
Whether they're young quarterbacks, whether these are some quarterbacks been in the league for a while.
Right.
They still need, even OG quarterbacks need
For sure.
need that kind
To
of
that
support.
point, when I first came into the league, I had a dynamic duo in my safety valves. I had D'Angelo Williams.
Yep.
I had Jonathan Stewart. from the tight ends, I had Jeremy Shockey and I had Greg Olsen. So above all, I knew we could rest assured we could be in 12 personnel, we could be in 22 personnel, 13 personnel, however you wanted to look at it, and that did not put me in a compromised situation where I felt obligated to make a play in the pass game with also allowing other guys to get involved too.
I mean, but exactly. So can you imagine though, Cam? Like your team is being built, and you have no difference makers in the backfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, bro.
That's the difference of a team.
People don't understand.
I mean, but like, how would that make you, like, as a quarterback? What's your confidence level going on the field when you know you're basically a one-trick pony? You either throwing the ball to win the game, and you have no counter punch.
But this is the thing, though. A lot of quarterbacks think that they can still be effective by throwing the ball 40 times a game. That you cannot, though. See, this is why when you look at even the game like the Super Bowl playing out, Philly is built for a game like this, right? Because they can control the line of scrimmage. They can run the game when they need to and when they want to, right? When you look around the league with those type of teams that cannot run the football effective, they struggle. Quarterbacks still have this mentality, and Jalen Hurts has been disrespected more than anybody about, like, yo, bro, I want to be able to throw the ball for 250 yards on average, 300 yards on average. But when you see yourself, those type of things, and even for my career, every time I threw the ball over 400 yards, I lost. Every time I threw the ball more than 40 times, I lost. So what are you saying to yourself? I'm saying, yo, that formula that you also need, you need a running game attached. So now when the game changes, now, okay, Cam can run the football. Let's get him to potentially 5 design runs or reads. Now that offsets what we need from a passing game. Now all of a sudden we can hand the ball off to get ease for the offense to control the tempo. Hey, it's 2nd and 6. Hey, it's 3rd and 2. Hey, it's 4th and inches. We're not no 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Now you got to throw the ball again.
That's the problem, man.
You dig what I'm saying?
That's a problem. We like to be on schedule, man. We had a schedule, and the formula was pretty simple. It was like, listen, we're going to run the ball pretty much every time on first down. And it's not always a given, but you want them to think that, right?
Yes.
Like come out first down, even if it's play action, even if it's just something to make sure those linebackers aren't just coming down here or just you got to make them commit to something. But when you have, I've seen it at the highest level, man. Like I've witnessed an offense, man, that for 3 years was incredible. And we had teams so off balance they didn't know what to do.
But it started, the foundation was a running game.
You ain't getting no argument from me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to tell
though.
you. That's why you need it. That's why running back
it
value.
works.
It works, dude. It is a constant. I don't care where we go, what altitude we play at, what the weather conditions are. When you can tote the rock, man, it is great to have that. I mean, that's a right knockout punch.
Yes, sir.
You know, you can jab with that left, and that's the passing game. But that right is that if you start coming with the run, and they can't stop it. I've played in games multiple times where I told the guy, "Hey, we're gonna run the ball right here next play," and we run the same play right down their throat, 5-6 yards, bam. Look at the eye. You start breaking people when they're trying to stop you.
Right.
They know you're running the ball. You know they
can't stop it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, we say it in our oath. Welcome to 4th and 1, where I always got it done.
Yeah.
Like always.
But do you think the money should be comparable though? Like to a quarterback or a running back?
Yeah.
Money should be comparable to a
think
quarterback.
I
Even
think
though it's extreme.
what Terrell makes a point is this.
Because they both are game
Strip
changers.
titles.
Strip titles, man.
Strip position titles. And when you look at it like that, then it's like, wow.
If you strip titles and you don't pay players based up,
because now you see quarterbacks getting paid because of the market.
Because you see QB on the front of their like before their name is QB, so QBs get elevated. You know, you might have a guy who's got a 2nd round grade, a 3rd round grade, but the day the draft comes out, teams are desperate. They want a quarterback. They'll elevate that quarterback to a higher draft position, and that's fine. But you can't tell me if you were to strip titles and you say who's the most important player on the Eagles right now? Who's
Saquon? And they even say,
like everybody
you can see
knows
the
that.
difference.
But just for purposes, and if you can remember this, it will be extremely helpful to my point. During one game, what's the most passes you've ever caught?
Me?
Yes.
Dude, I didn't want to catch any passes.
But
I didn't want to catch any passes.
For the sake of argument, how many passes that you can remember that?
The most, it could not have been more than 5.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about that. 5 catches at the absolute most. On average, probably 1.
You talking about receivers?
No, I'm talking about you as a running back, right? Being able to be in this past game with this past era. My point is this. If that worked for you,
and it was 7.
At the most, you caught the ball 5 times.
Yeah.
Now the game has now turned to the running back has to be involved in the passing game.
Right.
You're saying, hey, if you have a running game, that supersedes any type of philosophy.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the era, the times, the focus has changed from the game, but certain things will never change. And that change will always come back to saying, hey, can you run the football or not? If you can run the football, you're going to typically win.
I agree.
And if you can't, then cool. Then it goes back down to how do you protect the ball? But running the football first is what it's all about.
No arguments from me, man. Like I'm with you. Like I love to see the game. I love to see the game sort of go back to, and I'm not the old dude. Hey man, in my day we used to do that. And no, I'm not that old dude. Like, but I do miss a certain style of football.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm watching the game and everything is throw, it's incomplete, it's throw, and it's like no one's running. Like I said, they'll run the ball and then they'll just abandon the run. No more running.
Kind of like the NBA with the 3 points.
That's
like
what
nobody
it's
going
become.
to the basketball.
That's what it's become. Yeah. I miss that. Oh man, like when I watch. That's why I like watching college. Because college, a lot of times it's that they're running that rock, man.
Yeah, different styles.
Like you watch them boys. They're throwing it, but they're mainly doing it with quarterbacks too. Quarterbacks are running, but to see a team on a drive where they run, bam, that's 13 yards rushing. Yeah. They come back, and you see the defense just trying to adjust to it.
Can't.
And it's just like they just
I'm
get
better
ran.
than you.
It's
I'm
just
whooping your ass constantly. It's like it ain't nothing you can do.
I miss seeing that.
But man, listen, man, TD, I salute you always, forever.
Man, y'all don't know how you went to Auburn though. I still don't understand that, brother. But you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Never recruited me.
Never.
As a quarterback.
And you came out of Atlanta.
Atlanta, bro.
And they
never recruited me as a quarterback.
That's malpractice, man. That's malpractice.
But I got a quick question. I know y'all probably would choose what I think, but between the two of y'all, who ran the ball harder? If we on 4th and 1.
Oh, I ran it harder, Cam.
Oh yeah, this is not even close. For sure.
I ran hard.
The game, like his shoulder pass was
just
thigh pass, knee pass, butt pass.
I would be mad if he said he ran the ball harder than me.
I wouldn't.
No,
because
I believe that though. No, like I know. I'm telling you, like running backs and how he played, bro. It was a certain type of force you had to have, especially during that era of NFL.
Yeah,
motherfuckers was knocking shit off.
But listen, this is no. Because Cam ran, when he was his size, dude, like it was nobody wanted to see that coming down here, man. Yeah. But I don't know how you felt when you were running. Did you feel like it was self-preservation, or you felt like you were trying to punish somebody?
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought that's why I said for me, like I didn't make those decisions on whether the guy was bigger, smaller. Yeah. Like, dude, you getting this fire, you gonna get this heat regardless.
I'm
of
not
who you
sliding.
are.
But the difference between him and me, I could slide.
Right, that's right.
He can
make
that.
As I'm running and I see a Peggy. I'm a runner.
He's sliding. He's sliding if he's in there.
He's good, man.
But thank you, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank
you for your insight. Obviously, this is some certain things where it's always debate and great football talk and understanding that I hope we see the market of the running back change.
It is.
Because
buy your stock in running backs. It's going up.
You dig what I'm saying?
Stock is going up right now.
Terrell Davis, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.